Hello there everyone, this is I Am Mark III and welcome back to Surviving Mars, where we are surviving admirably, except for the fact there's been nothing to survive so far except for a meteor dumping down in the middle of our base. I don't think it's even hit any of our rovers, so that's going well. At the end of the last time I realised that I'd basically made a half-hour episode without even getting any kind of concrete extraction rolling, so you know, kind of going a bit slow there, buddy. Anyway, let's keep on going because we do need to kind of get that sorted. Oh, that would have been a perfect place for the landing pads actually because of the slightly offset nature of it. Like I could put them there. Would they even fit there? I didn't even think of that. Hang on. Landing pads, landing pads. What's a landing pad? It's basically a hunk of concrete. Yeah, this hill's in the way there now. It's a massive hunk of concrete. Let's cancel that dome actually. Around there is what I want with it. And I've laid this out already. But yeah, I might reposition it a bit and just put, let's see, where can I reach with that? Around here? Can I get a landing pad there? Kinda? If I put that there, then I think it's literally on the very edge of where the rocket can be serviced by that drone hub. Not worth it. Fine. Anyway, let's actually get started. Production. We need concrete, so let's lay down some concrete infrastructure. What we need is this. Notice, by the way, there's a highlight circle around the building. That's because part of the update is it actually specifically shows you where dust is going to be sent flying by the machinery. That didn't used to be a thing. You used to have to guess where the dust was going to affect it. It actually showed me dust when I landed the rocket as well. I just forgot to mention it at the time. So yeah, that's where dust is. It's not a gathering radius. The extractors still have to have like, still got to get the field onto the concrete resource. Though another change is that you don't have to harvest every last speck of it. I'm so glad they took that out because it was so irritating, at least to me. Put one there. And it was so irritating because just the concrete symbol would remain all the time. And so I'd actually stay away from concrete deposits just so that I could mine up every last little speck of it. Good, they're not overlapping. Okay, that's what I was after. Just to get rid of it, you know? And so I went with massive holes. No more. Now they function a bit like water. You can extract everything that's in it just from the one if you want to. Though of course I think with part of the dust change as well, it's let's put that one. Actually, let's just extend this one here. There we go. That'll do. Unfortunately, it's part of the change though. These things, because you can tell where the dust is, these things dust each other up. One by itself is generally okay, but if you've got two of these right next to each other, like within dust reach, they break really quick. So you don't want that. Not at all. So yeah, best to avoid that. Right, got concrete going there. I think I'm going to have rocketry and things coming in. It's going to have to be along this line here. Or this line here. Actually, back in this corner might be good. Yeah, this corner I think looks good. Let's have a look-see. It's also a good spot for a tunnel too. That might be kind of bad. Right, rocket! Landing pads. I actually want this kind of near the storage area. Though the landing pads does mean that they won't actually contaminate other stuff with dust.
On the non-existing air above the
or anything like that, so that's why I kind of want to get them built up before I call in transports and things. If I build it like... I could build a really nice one, like they actually slot together really nicely in a hexagon shape. But I think... You know what? Let's just build them up here. Landing pads. I could build one here. Could build another one here. Got to remember, I've only got the one... Actually, let's do it like that. Yeah, that'll do. Though I also need power supply, of course, because, you know, extractors and things. I want my dome to be down here. Extractors are up here. Let's go ahead and actually get this out here, I think. Yeah, that's a good place. Should be lined up as well. So, yep, it's lined up. Unfortunately, can't quite do that yet. Look at me, I'm getting ahead of myself. Woo! Of course I am. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, I'm doing 4. I don't need 4. Technically, I only need 2 at the moment. Just for what I've got. Sorry, not 2. I'm doing 8. I only need 4. I can get away with only 2, actually, because these things provide 5 power each. However, the problem with that is just that it would be enough to power these 2 extractors during the day only. So to generate enough power for them during the night as well, I need 4, and I need a battery, which I'm going to max priority so that the concrete will go straight to that. I'm going to minimum priority the landing pads. And a battery can discharge and charge at a rate of 20, which means that to service 1 battery, you actually need 8 pads here, which is a total of 40 nets. So, sorry, yeah, 40 nets. So that it produces basically a constant supply of 20 overall. So 20 during the night, where the battery runs down, and 40 during the day while the solar panels are working, so the battery recharges. And that's that. And I know that was the most convoluting way of saying things. Blah 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 blah. I'm still trying to get back into the, you know, this whole streaming things. Plus, sometimes I just go burble anyway. So it's a coping mechanism. Don't sue me, please. Please don't sue me.
Anomaly analyzed.
Tech analyzed. Okay, we just got ourselves a tech. Do we have anything tasty? Lucky, we've got farms. Okay. We actually don't need cargo rocket. We're going to get farms. Yeah, let's get farms right after we get this, because farms is normally like around 4 or 5 when I get to it, but it's popped up a bit sooner. Amplify extractors. Interesting, but not priority. Farms means we can actually start thinking about when we're going to bring in people. Of course, we're still waiting for these things to drop in. I'm not dropping them in just because the same thing with the rocket. If I bring in the landing pods, they still generate a massive amount of dust around them. So, you know, might as well not do that. Also, I'm going to max priority the... Oh, that one's already going up. Okay. So, yes. As soon as we get the first concrete out during the day, which is, I think, is upon us now, basically. It's about to hit. Yep, here comes the solar panels. There goes the extractor, and then the concrete will go straight into the battery. And there's subsurface heating. Excellent as well. So we can start to prepare. Something else I forgot, by the way, is that we've got some alternate skins, more alternate skins. In particular, extractors, we can change them into this kind of like big digger scoop kind of thing. It's really good if you're on Japan with this, because it looks okay. In Japan, the other one, that yellow, orangey brown bit is actually bright pink, so it doesn't look that good, honestly. But yeah, so I can just like change the appearance and things like that. There's a lot of alternate stuff. The drone hubs have got it as well. Let's see if I get this, and there we go. It's now all really boxy and basic instead of like this futuristic thing. Yeah, looks like an airfield tower, honestly. Still the same function. It's just the appearance of it. Unfortunately, there's no alternate appearance for the rockets, so I can't add racing fins or something to that. That'd be nice, but no. On the bright side, though, all this stuff is starting to come together quite a bit. On the downside... Wait, did I order enough? 5 electronics... I know I ordered more electronics, didn't I? No, I didn't. Oops. Whoopsie, I forgot to order something essential. Well, not essential, but pretty important. I'll probably bring in a shipment of electronics on the last supply pod then, but I'm saving that for when I actually need something, so no. And good, that battery's charged, it'll last the night. Excellent. We're doing alright. actually, all things considered. Freedom's sweet miracle. Oh god, I'm learning the music. Landing pads here, we can start bringing down the pods. So, this one will bring down an RC Commander. In it comes.
Complete.
Yep, dust storm. And then it just pops over and crashes. So that's a bit of debris now. It's actually a blocking object, so you have to deal with it, but you can salvage it and get 5 metal. So basically every landing pod that comes in brings you 5 metal as well. Now let's get my drone commander out of the way so that I can actually call in some more stuff. So, oh, the resources are in the way as well. Whoopsie. Oh well, the other one's here. So let's drop in. That one's got a lot of. This one's got a lot of drones. Let's bring that one in. Ah, more technology. Give me the technology. No resources though, which is a bit of a shame. Salvage you. That one's been cleared out, so let's bring in this one as well. It's got a small shipment of polymers in it. That's okay. Whee! But that should give me almost all my buildings, because this last one has got a drone hub in it, which will allow me to complete my initial drone hub setup, which is 4 hubs, which have very good coverage, especially of the shared storage area, which is why I like to do it this way. It's just like, you know, got all my resources in one centralized spot. Admittedly, it's bad if a meteor drops on it, but that can't be helped. We've also got these dead pods on the field. Scrap those down for metal, and there we go, sorted. Right. Those pods are all in. They brought us new toys, in particular a new drone hub, so we need to get that down. We have not found any water, so that's kind of bad. And there is a tech that I like, I always go for before I actually start scanning faster, like, you know, putting up sensor towers and things. There it is. Just flick those so I get autonomous sensors first. Same as deal as with drone hubs. They don't need power, they don't need maintenance, which is great because they require electronics for maintenance as well. And, well, admittedly they don't need much power, but it's getting it out there that's usually the issue. So you need a lot of cabling if you're going to scatter your sensor towers around. And you really should. Sensor towers provide a massive bonus to sectors they are in, and a good bonus to sectors next to them. Well, very close by in terms of like how quickly you can scan them. So if you scatter your sensor towers around, it greatly improves your speed in scanning sectors. Though I should also mention that there is a passive sensor tower boost that comes from just having a tower, which is 10% per tower. And that caps at 100% as well, so if you build 10 towers, you're scanning at double speed, even if there's no towers nearby. And then the tower boost gets bigger if there is a tower nearby. And yes, there is actually a cap on that as well. I don't know what it is, but there is a definite cap. So scattering it out to get the bonus all over the place just works out really well for the exploration. There is, however, some stuff I do need to be doing, which I'm distracting myself with, really. Let's see. I need to get a power line out because I want to get around the side of these landing pads, like so. And that's because I want to get myself my fuel refinery down. Actually, no, wait. I need to think about this. Fuel refinery. Fuel refinery tends to need some care because I've got cold waves. So, let's see. I need to plan for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's too big. 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see what an 8 looks like. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, I know, I'm counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that is really big. That should be great for what I want to do with it. Because what I want to do is to make it proof against cold wave interference, because that, you know, that whole like massively increased power requirement kind of thing. So I'm not going to protect what I'm going to put down here, but vital bits and pieces like I'm going to put... Oh, there's actually a bit of dust contamination going on there. Not ideal. Let's actually move it slightly then. No, don't need that. No. Okay, that'll do. Move it over so it won't get dust contamination as a factor. Because, you know, that would be kind of bad. Oops, breaking stuff as well. Don't worry, I'll fix all this. This is why I paused it, so that drones wouldn't be running around and laying cables while I decide to move them, wasting metal and stuff. Okay, that should be good. Now, admittedly, there's a bit of doubling up of cables over here. That's okay, I will sort that out as well. Like so, and like so. And then I'll just scrap out the cables there, just sort it out. And the idea is that I'll be able to put a single heating hub in the middle of this, and it will protect everything else in this particular ring from the effects of cold waves. And in particular, that means the fuel refinery won't get increased cost in terms of energy. I actually installed the fuel refinery here because it's nice and close to the rocket pads. So, like that. I'm also going to disable fuel in the Universal Depot, like that, as a safety precaution, because if that thing gets damaged by something, like a meteor impact or in a dust storm, an electric pulse will do it as well. The fuel will detonate and destroy everything else in the depot. So I'll lose all of those other supplies that are in there. Not the best. Something else I want to put down? Not really. Okay. So, moisture evaporator. This is why I offset the solar panels here, because I can tuck this in at the end there, you see. And I can do the same at the far end as well. So, I was planning, quote unquote. And I'll connect that to there. Right, so that will run for quite happily, sort this out. I'll also install my Moxies there, because I don't believe they generate dust. Where is it? Life support. Moxie. Yep, that doesn't generate dust, so I'll install a couple of these in this area too, and just on the same pipe. So there we go. Plus 2 Moxies is like 4 power consumption. So actually, that's conserved. 5, 10. That's 5. That's 5. That's 20. And the Moxies will make it 24. So we've actually already outstripped the power capacity of our existing power supply. Yeah, so that's the thing. I will also install just to be nice. I will install a drone charger here as well, just in case. Plus, it gives me something to put in that small area too, so might as well. Or I could install a torch. I'll hang off on that one then, actually. But what I really need though is to get more power down to feed everything so far, because already my support grid is getting too big for what I can keep up with. So let's do this. That, and there we go. That'll double it, and I'll be absolutely fine for power. Once again. All I've got to do is wait for the drones to sort things out. And yes, I know there's heavy drones, but it's on the central one. The central one is the one that normally gets it. Let's see, are there any spare drones? Yeah, all of the landed drones went into this one, so let's drop you down to 5. You get 5. You get 5, and then I'll just put the rest on the central hub where they can shuffle around resources and things. So there we go. And yeah, notice that this thing is not powered up. Failed. Japan completed milestone. Find water. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to get that one. The only way I would have is if I'd actually saved scummed with probes or something. By which I mean I can press escape at any time and select restart map. So the idea with scumming the start with probes is I'd launch all the probes, then I'd just reset the map and scan other sectors until I found where I wanted to be. I decided just not to do that this time out, because I'm okay with losing a few bits and pieces here and there. So that's that one, we'll get rid of that one too. There we go, that's connections neatened up. And I will install, as one last thing, a dumping site for waste rock over here. So that is within the dust range, so I don't want anything there anyway, really. And that'll just let me keep things nice and neat. Because waste rocks are just dumped at random, and like, you can only have 5 in a pile, but these storages can hold 105 each. Which is better than the 40, 45. Yeah, I think it's 5, 10, 15, 30, 35 you could fit in the same space. So it's a little bit more efficient. These guys are thumbing away, but they can't do anything because they don't have a storage attached. That's okay. I'll actually turn you guys off for now, then. Might as well. It's just pure metal to maintain them anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. Metal storage, though, is full, so this is... I find this is a problem early on. Building the metal storage there.
I'm stunned by the view from the studio window.
Yeah.
If you look up
I find normally I have far too much metal to start out with. The problem is I just can't do anything else with it. On the other hand, we just got autonomous sensor tech, which is great, since that means I don't have to spread cables everywhere. I'm not building surface heaters right now, by the way, because they require some machine parts but also need water to operate. So until I get a water source, not the best idea. I will do sensor towers though, because I need to find stuff. So let's see, sensor tower here on the very edge of the range for this particular command center. That's another thing I like about this hex arrangement. I can just like see where I'm putting stuff and actually tune my build around it. So if I put one around here, or I would if there wasn't uneven terrain. Oh, I can put one there. But if this was all flat, I'd just have like, I'd have one there, then down here have one here, and the same over here, except that's in a mountain, so one there and one around there. And then it provides a nice even sensor boost to all the immediately adjacent sectors. That goes there. So, you know, it just helps you scan the immediate area for vital resources, in this case water, since I was unlucky enough to not find any. Water's normally a really good one to get, but that's why I called in a condenser system when I realised that I didn't have any water after my initial probes, because there's no guarantee that I would find any immediately, and as it turns out I didn't. So fuel production is already starting, but running off the evaporator. I don't know why I call it condenser, but basically it is. Also, Mr. Transport, you are actually going to go up to my initially scanned sector and harvest all of the metals up there and bring them back. So go ahead and do that, pretty please.
Research complete.
There's farms. Okay, we're on the road. There is another tech which would be good to get, which I should start on. Let's go ahead and switch into engineering. If we can get it, it'll be helpful. Also, that one will be as well. Live from Mars, especially since we're Japan, we only get 50 people to start out, so that'll be good. Just any more applicants really will be of use. But we need to find some more stuff. There's a metal deposit and a science booster. That's okay. No water still, which is slightly concerning. I could always get a really cheap probe shipment, I suppose. That will probably speed things up, especially if I get that probe tech we've got here, which is probes are cheaper and they deep scan as well. Well, they can deep scan. I've never actually tried getting that because I never really used probes outside my initial burst of a couple. So I don't know if they will deep scan before you get deep scan tech. Probably not, I'm guessing. Because otherwise it'll be like, you can deep scan immediately and it's like, Might be a bit overpowered there. Also got extra polymers and things. Right, the tech I was going for, well, starting to look for idly, like it's like, it would be nice if I got this thing, is actually fuel compression. Because if I can get that, let's turn off export. If I could get that, then it would cut fueling costs in half and allow me to launch the rocket with half the fuel, which would be kind of nice. But as it is, we're not going to get that. We might, in fact, I think we might be needing more drone hubs, seeing as we've not got any water within reach of our existing network, and we don't want to have our command rover, which I've had just parked over here helping out, helping with that. Not really. I mean, we can use it to expand as a temporary kind of basis, but we don't want it permanent. Let's turn off that one. That one as well. Just scan these open areas, trying to find water.
Research complete.
No, sorry, it wasn't fuel compression. Fuel compression. Ah! Fuel compression is the one that gives us extra cargo space. Yeah, here we go. Advanced Martian engines. Rockets and shuttles require less fuel. Let's get that one. Just so that we can relaunch our rocket much faster. Much, much faster.
Sector scanned.
Ah! Aha! Water! Lots of water, actually. What's the quality of that? Average and low. Well, we got an average one at least, but we actually got 2. The problem with that is we actually need to get drone access out there. We need at least 1. Maybe 2. Actually, 1 should be able to do it. And we can use our... yeah, we need 1. We need 1 extra thing. So, time to call in that rocket. Call in large supply pod. Give me another drone hub, pretty please. I was considering maybe ordering an additional fuel refinery, but I'll leave that since we found what we're after. But we kind of need to get moving on some stuff. We're low on electronics. That's because I laid out the a bunch of posts. I will lay out more, so I'm going to order in an additional batch of those. Polymers we've got a lot of. This may seem excessive, but we're going to burn through that pretty quick, actually. Parts we're okay for. We've got some extra cargo capacity in here. What do we want? I could just go ahead and grab the extra fuel refinery, actually. And, yeah, an additional evaporator and fuel refinery. Tempting. Very, very tempting. Let's order in some more machine parts, actually. Actually, no. Duh. Probes. And yeah, I know. I've not got the tech which lets me have them cheaper. That would be a really good idea to get. Let's see how much is that tech? That tech is 1.5. We're just about to lose our outsourcing, so we'd have it in like 1 sol-ish. That's okay. Yeah, let's get that. Let's get that. Then we'll order in the probes and things. We don't need the extra water right this second, but we will need it for getting our life support and things up and running. So it'll be necessary pretty soon. But we'll let it keep rolling, at least for now. However, I'm afraid we are also just hitting the end of the episode as well, so my apologies for that. At least we've actually made some progress. We've got basic infrastructure rolling. We've got small landing pads set this time. We've upped our power. We've got fuel being produced. We've got concrete flowing in. Literally, I mean, we're actually building up a really nice stockpile of it. And we've actually found our water now, though we're, again, pretty slow at that. So, we've got a lot of stuff sorted out. And next time, I'm thinking it might be time to start Dome, so we might even get our first colonists in the next part. But until then, this has been I Am Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying this little run around on the Red Planet, and I'll catch you all some other time. And yes, I know it's drone heavy load. Stop telling me. Yeah. See you all later.